While the Carolinas face raging wildfires, tomorrow marks 2 months since the devastating wildfires in Southern California. The Palisades and Eaton fires burned thousands of buildings to the ground and left the community scrambling to recover. Those fires also left our own communities bracing for the approaching fire season. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tim Quidadamo.
And I'm Haley Gravitt. One of the challenges Los Angeles firefighters faced was the failure of fire hydrants.
Newswatch 12's Rocky Walker joins us live in Jacksonville, where he spent the day with firefighters as they were testing and inspecting fire hydrants across town. Rocky, what did you learn while they conducted these checks?
Well, Tim and Haley, one of the main things I learned, and I could actually show you, this is one of those fire hydrants that's been inspected. When you look at it at the top, you see a beautiful light blue hue. And when you walk around Jacksonville, you'll see all of the different fire hydrants have a different color to them. A lot of people think that that's a cute and quaint little decoration for the town, but it actually has a hidden meaning in fighting fires. Red, orange, green, and blue, a rainbow of fire hydrants working as a hidden code, telling firefighters how many gallons of water the hydrant can push out per minute.
If we need more water, if the fire is pretty big, a red hydrant is going to be inadequate. But if we have a blue hydrant, we're not going to need a water turner to show up. We're going to get enough water supply from that blue hydrant to be able to put out the fire.
For the next 2 months, Jacksonville Fire is doing flow and pressure tests on their hydrants, going through a database as they test them, ensuring all 259 hydrants in the city are tested every 3 years.
Not only do we want to be able to provide a certain level of service in an emergency, but we want to know exactly what we can count on.
Through the tests, they flush out the gravel and sediment that, if left to settle and build up, could damage or clog pumps and hoses when the water is needed to fight a fire.
So the larger stuff can get stuck in our strainer, go into our pump, and then smaller stuff can actually get stuck in our nozzle. So we're actually, when we're in the building fighting the fire, it could limit our water supply and how much water we're getting out of the nozzle.
In the Alameda fire, hydrants ran dry, largely due to damaged lines from the blaze. In the recent LA wildfires, hydrants ran dry due to too much water coursing through them. When asking about any fears for this happening in Jacksonville, they said,
We have 4.2 million gallons stored in water tanks on Jacksonville. So if we were flowing a high amount of gallons per minute, we would still be able to last days upon days, because that water that's being stored is constantly getting refilled and refilled.
Each one of these fire hydrants, their guidelines say they're supposed to be inspected and checked every 5 years. Now, the way Jacksonville handles this problem is between now and the end of May, they're going to be going around and they're going to inspect and check about 1/3 of all of the fire hydrants within the city. Next year, they're going to do another 1/3. They have this database that lets them know which ones haven't been inspected recently. They go so on and so forth. So every 3 years, each one of these fire hydrants gets a re-inspection, which is 2 years earlier than those 5-year guidelines call for. Reporting live in Jacksonville, I'm Rocky Walker.